guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you guys my best of beauty for 2018. I asked you guys on my community tab if I should do like a different video for every category, or of course just do two videos, one for drugstore, one for high-end, and of course you guys said do two videos, so that's what I did. So you guys want to see my best drugstore beauty products of 2018, then of course let's get started. Alright, so I can honestly say 2018 was the year for me in terms of drugstore products. I just think they are so great in price and quality, and the drugstore brands was pretty much killing it last year as far as like new products, whether it was eyeshadow palettes, complexion products, or lip products. So I do have a nice variety in front of me. So I guess starting off I will do my makeup first, and of course I'll do my skincare products last. So starting off, I do have two face primers in front of me. The first one is going to be by e.l.f. It's the Hydrating Face Primer, and you guys know I pretty much killed this product all of 2018, and of course 2017 as well. When it comes to face primers, I'm not really the one to branch off and try new ones all the time because I do have dry skin, and I kind of feel like majority of the face primers are targeted towards oily skin but not really like dry skin. So I just stick to like my tried and true two face primers. So if you do have dry skin, I would definitely say give the one by e.l.f. a try. It's a nice consistency. It's not too overly moisturizing to where it's going to make your foundation like slip and move all over the place. It's a nice consistency, and it does leave your skin feeling moisturized after you use it. And I definitely think you would like it a lot, and I love the packaging. It's so luxurious looking, so definitely give this a try if you haven't. And the next one is going to be by Pixi. It's the H2O Skin Drink. It's a pure hydration gel. You guys, this product is so amazing if you have dry skin. Honestly, it's going to be more moisturizing than the e.l.f. one. So if your skin is like super dry to where you have like dry patches, I would definitely say use this as your go-to face primer versus the one by e.l.f. It is going to be a gel-like consistency, and it does rehydrate your skin if it feels dry. But it's a really good face primer, and I like it a lot. I do want to get a bigger size because I do have this tiny small one, but you can definitely get Pixi at Target. And again, if you have really dry skin, get the one by Pixi. But if your skin is like the normal kind of dry, just get the one by e.l.f. Alright, so moving into foundations, I do have actually 4 foundations in front of me. And you guys know, back in 2017, I didn't really try out that many foundations. I pretty much stuck to like the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. That was pretty much like my holy grail product in 2017. In 2018, I told myself to just put that one to the side and just really try out some new foundations, which I did. So starting off, the first one is going to be by Collab. It's going to be the Bright Spark Radiant Foundation. I have mine in a color called Tawny number 9. You can get Collab at Sally's Beauty. They do have an actual like makeup line there. But you guys, this foundation is so nice if you have dry skin. It leaves my skin looking radiant and glowy, and it just looks so beautiful. The first time I used this foundation on camera, I was like, hold up, is this the face primer or is it like the actual foundation? And the more I used it, I was like, okay, it's definitely the foundation that's giving my skin a nice glow to it. It almost like brightens my face, and it does say it's a Bright Spark Radiant Foundation, so I can definitely see where that come into play. So if you have dry skin, definitely give the one by Collab a try. It's a medium to full coverage foundation. You can easily build it up, and it just wears so nice on the skin. I haven't tried it like outside in terms of the summertime, but as far as like the winter time, it looks really good. So I'm gonna give it a try in the summertime because I kind of feel like I want to see how it's going to wear, because I got it like towards the end of summer. So I definitely want to give it a try this summer, but as far as the winter time outside, it looks really nice. So definitely give that one a try. The next one is going to be by NYX. Is the Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. I have mine in the color called Mahogany. You guys, this foundation is so freaking pretty. Every time I wear this foundation, it always gives me this like of confidence to where it's like, ooh, I know I look good type of thing. And it is definitely a straight up full coverage foundation, and I honestly was kind of skeptical about it because it is a matte foundation and I have dry skin. But I always told you guys in like prior videos, I can wear a mattifying foundation if it's not too matte, And if I have a really good face primer on and I have used a good moisturizer on top of it, I can definitely make a matte foundation work for me. So I must say, for it to be a matte foundation, it definitely looks good on the skin. It wears really nicely and it's a full coverage foundation, and I just love this a lot. It's pretty much like my go-to foundation when I want to be like glam and beat. It's the one that I reach for all the time. So it's a really good foundation. I think if you have oily skin, you're gonna like it a lot. But because it's a matte foundation, I wouldn't use like a mattifying primer on top of it. Like, I just wouldn't do it if you have oily skin. Alright, so next one is going to be by Maybelline. It's going to be the Super Stay 24-Hour Foundation. I have mine in a color called 340 Cappuccino. I do have it on my face today as my foundation. And this has seriously taken the place of my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth. I have not reached for that one or talked about that one in the favorites, I want to say pretty much like the majority of 2018. This has been the one that I have been reaching for in terms of like the Maybelline brand. You guys, it's so pretty on the skin. It's a medium to full coverage foundation. It looks so nice and I just love the way it wears. I love how the other products play with it, and I just think it's a really good foundation. You do have a pump on it and it just lasts really well all day long. So I must say, out of all of my 4 foundations, this definitely has to be like number 3, but it's a really good foundation. So definitely give it a try. It's comfortable to wear, it does not get cakey, and even if you build it up, it still looks really good. So I love that one. And the last one is going to be by Makeup Revolution, is the Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I have it in the color called F13. This one I got towards the end of the year and it truly just took my heart. I prefer this over the stick foundation. I told you guys, for it to be a stick foundation that was almost, I guess, it would work really well if you have dry skin. For me, it was just too, like, I don't want to use the word greasy, but it just looked too greasy in my opinion. And I have dry skin, but I don't like that like greasy look to my skin, if that makes sense. So I do like this one so much better. I think if you have normal skin, combination skin, dry skin, oily skin, I think you'll like it a lot. And I've seen people with different skin types talk about it and love it, and I love it too, and I have dry skin. It wears really well all day long, and F13 is going to be the closest shade for me. I still feel like they have some room for their shade range, but I feel like it definitely works well to where I can make it work for my skin tone. But you guys, it is so nice. It builds up really nicely. It's definitely a full coverage foundation, so it doesn't apply medium to full coverage. It's definitely straight up a full coverage foundation. So if you like a full beat face and you like a full coverage foundation, definitely get this. It covers up the under eyes really nicely. It covers up your imperfections really good as well. So it's a really good foundation. I want to say it's going to be like my #1 pick for 2018 in terms of like all of my foundations. Alright, moving on into face powders. I only have one face powder here in front of me. I don't really talk about face powders a lot on my channel because I kind of feel like it's one of those products where I'm just not excited about it. I don't want to call it a boring product, but I just kind of feel like if you have dry skin, you're not going to get overly excited about a face powder, just to be honest, because some of them can like cling to your dry patches. Some of them are really meant to like mattify your skin if you have oily skin. However, I do have one that pretty much just stole my heart in 2018. It's going to be the NYX No Filter Finishing Powder. I have mine in deep golden. Here is what the packaging look like. You guys, this freaking powder is so beautiful on the skin. Every time I use it, it just gives me a nice bronzy glow to my skin, and it definitely works in terms of like if my foundation is a little bit off-putting. This will definitely help to kind of like bring it back to a look that's going to be more wearable for me, as far as like not looking too crazy. So it is such a beautiful finishing powder, and I honestly feel like I'm not going to reach for anything else in 2019 either. It's going to be like my staple finishing powder, and you get a lot of product in here. As you can see, I have killed it a lot, but it is so good. If you haven't tried it, you are missing out. All right, moving on into concealers. I do have 3 concealers in front of me. The first one is going to be by Flower Beauty. It's going to be the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer. I featured this on my channel back in the summer of 2018, and I told you guys I fell in love with this concealer. It's definitely a full coverage concealer, but it's so lightweight and it's easy to blend out. Like, I love a foundation that's going to give me full coverage, but it's not going to be too thick in consistency to where it's like hard to blend out. And this right here, like they got this formula right, because it is so lightweight, you guys. I do have it as my under eye concealer today, and it just vanishes my under eye circles, any kind of like bags that I have. It just cancels everything out, and it's so lightweight. I am in a color called Deep. The only thing is the shade range is definitely not the best, so I kind of feel like if you are deeper than me in skin tone, you may have a hard time trying to find your shade. But I am in the color called Deep if you want to try it out. But you guys, if you want a full coverage concealer that's going to be lightweight and easy to blend out, get this concealer. And it does not crease or anything like that, so it's a bomb. Probably my favorite concealer of 2018. All right, moving on into the next one is going to be by Ulta. It's the full coverage liquid concealer. I have mine in the color called Deep Warm. Here is what it looked like. I told myself in 2018 to go ahead and try some products from Ulta's actual like makeup line, and I did. This is definitely one of the ones that pretty much like caught me by surprise, because it is a bomb concealer. It's full coverage. It almost reminds me of the Tarte concealer in terms of like full coverage, but at the same time it's not like a thick formula. It's definitely going to be thicker than the Flower Beauty one, but at the same time it's easy to blend out. It's not cakey, and it's just easy to work with. And I kind of feel like they have a pretty decent shade range to work with. But if you like a full coverage concealer, definitely give it a try. Again, consistency wise, it's not going to be like the Flower Beauty. It's a little bit thicker, but it's easy to blend out and it's easy to work with, and it looks so good under the eyes. And it's a cheaper option to the Tarte Shape Tape. If you want a cheaper option to that particular concealer, give the one by Ulta Beauty a try. All right, and the last one is going to be by Maybelline. It's going to be the Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This product came out many moons ago on YouTube. However, they didn't have a shade range in terms of like woman of color to just try and use. So back in 2018, of course, they expanded their shade range for this concealer, and we were all able to try it out. And I can definitely see what the hype is about, because back then I was like, I want to try the concealer, but it's nothing for me to use. So I was kind of like, I guess, upset about it. But now I have my own shade. It's going to be Golden. You guys, this concealer is going to be more of a medium to full coverage concealer. You can easily build it up, and it just blends out so nicely. It looks so pretty, so pretty on the skin, and I love the way my under eyes look. It covers up all of my imperfection. It just makes everything disappear. If you have dark circles, it's going to make it disappear. It does not crease on me. It does not move on me. It plays well with other products. And I just think it's an amazing concealer. Only thing is I don't care for the sponge applicator, because it can get easily messy, but at the same time the product inside is what really matters, and it's a bomb concealer. It's probably my favorite one from Maybelline, to be honest. So if you haven't tried it, get your hands on it. It's a Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Concealer, so try it out. All right, moving on into bronzers and blushes. I only actually have one bronzer in front of me. It's going to be by e.l.f. It's going to be the bronzer in Deep. Here is the packaging for it, you guys. This product, once I got it back in 2018, this is all I have been reaching for, all that I have been using. It's my only bronzer in my favorites video, because this truly just was the bronzer for me. It is so nice on the skin. It's easy to blend out, and honestly, when you see it in a pan, it almost looks like it's going to be too light, but it is the perfect color for my skin. It's not too dark, it's not gray. It's a nice warm tone bronzer. It blends out so nicely. I don't like a bronzer that's going to be hard to use, hard to blend out. It's going to apply patchy. Cannot stand those. This applies so evenly, so nicely. I have it on as my bronzer today as well, and y'all, it is such a beautiful bronzer, and it only costs $2. You can get it at Walmart, and it only costs $2. This is one of those hidden gems as far as e.l.f. is concerned, and I think you should definitely get it if you want to start off using like bronzers. Definitely give it a try, because I think it's a good investment, and you're not going to like break the bank if you hate it. So give it a try. It's by e.l.f. It's just the plastic packaging, and it says Deep on it. So give it a try. The next product as far as my blush is concerned is going to be by e.l.f. It's that same plastic packaging. This one is called Brick Red. They don't really have that many color options in store for this collection. They just have Brick Red, which is the darkest one, and then they have like some pinky colors. But Brick Red is so nice if you are a woman of color, and honestly it's the same thing. When you look at it, it looks too light, but when you apply it, it applies very pigmented and it applies very beautiful on the face. You do get enough product, so a little bit goes a long way, and it blends out so nicely. So if you get heavy-handed, it's easy to blend out, because some blushes, if you go too heavy-handed, it's just like pink cheeks and you cannot blend it out. This is not the case for this product. And again, it's one of those hidden gems in Walmart. It only costs $2, and I think you should definitely check it out. I don't feel the need to go high-end for my blushes. I think drugstore ones have some really good ones out there, so this is definitely one of those products. My last blush is going to be by Maybelline. It's the Baked Blush in Red Vino. Here is the packaging for it. I can never find this color in store. Like, I don't know why. They always have all of the other colors but this one. But this freaking blush is so pretty. It is like a berry red blush, but you have gold infused in it, so it's almost like a blush and highlighter all in one. This is one of those products, if you have one of those no makeup days, or if you're like rushing, I would just reach for this, put it on, and you're done, because you get a nice glow to your face. But it's not going to be anything that's too shimmery or glittery or unflattering. It's a nice pretty flush of color to the skin, to where it looks healthy and beautiful and just really great against like woman of color skin tone. So if you are in the market for a new blush and highlighter combination, give this one by Maybelline a try. It's called Red Vino. You guys have seen it in action on my channel. Here is it swatched on my hand. It's super pigmented, so a little bit goes a long way. I would not go overly crazy with it, because a little bit truly goes a long way. And again, it's called Red Vino by Maybelline. It's an amazing product. All right, moving on into the highlighters. I have 4 in front of me. One of them is going to be an OG staple in my collection. The other 3 are going to be like my newer ones from 2018. So starting off, the first one is going to be by Makeup Revolution. It is the Ignite Highlighting Palette. They do have the other one called Incandescent. These are $15 at Ulta. Here is what the inside looked like. I told you guys I was pretty much in love with this palette when I got it, and this color, this bronzy color, is definitely my favorite. It is so freaking beautiful on the skin. However, when you touch it, it does feel kind of gritty, but I told you guys, application wise, it is so pigmented. It does not apply chunky, it does not apply gritty. It is just smooth in texture and consistency. Here is what it looks like swatched on my hand. And I love bronzy colors against my skin tone. I told you guys, either a bronze or a true gold is my preference for my skin tone. I don't mind the yellow gold if it's not ashy looking, but I just prefer a true gold or a bronze. This color right here is a beautiful color. It's pretty much a bronze and like, it's a bronze and gold infused together, and it's the perfect combination, because that's pretty much my favorite two combined together. Like, how can you not love that at all? So I do play with that as well. And here is that one swatched on my hand. So I would definitely say, if you are in need of a new highlighting palette, invest in this one. Like, invest in it. You get 2 bomb colors right here. This gold is more of a yellow gold, and then you have a champagne-y color. But honestly, these 2 right here are my preference as far as just utilizing. So get this palette. I promise you guys, like, you are going to just fall in love with it, and you're going to just use it all the time. Like, I promise you, you will. All right, next product is going to be the CoverGirl True Blend Super Stunner palette. I have mine in the color called Glowing Up. Here is what the packaging looked like, and I was really impressed with this product. My favorite 2 is going to be these 2 on the end, but as far as like my actual favorite is going to be the middle one. This is definitely one of those products I would use if you want like more of a natural glow to your skin. You can easily build up the pigmentation to make it super intense, but first off applying it is more of like a light flush to your high points of your cheeks. For example, I have on Topaz by Maybelline, which is super like, it's not as intense as like molten gold, so I kind of feel like it reminds me of this one right here, where it's more of like a light wash to the cheek. However, this one you can easily build up, whereas Topaz, I try to build it up, but it doesn't go any more intense, which I don't mind. So if you want a palette that you can easily just go in with it super light, but you have the option to build it up, I would definitely say get this palette, because this one right here, when you apply it, it's super intense. There is no going light with it. It's just going to be an intense highlight on your face. But this one by CoverGirl gave you the option to go light to intense. So definitely check it out. So I love that a lot. And the next one is going to be by NYX. It's the Born to Glow Highlighting Palette. Here is what it looks like. This is going to be your more expensive palette in terms of like all the ones that I have to show you. I want to say I paid $25 for it, but truly you guys, this color right here, this bronze color, is honestly my favorite in the palette. It is so pretty on the skin, and it's definitely the perfect bronze color. And I try not to use this product a lot because that's a lot of money for like a highlighting palette. But to be honest, you do get 6 shades in here. So you have a bronze, a yellow gold, you have some champagne colors, you have a white color. So if you are a makeup artist, I would definitely say consider it for like your actual kit, because you do have a color for every skin tone, whether they are a woman of color or whether they're like lighter or fair. So you do have options in here, but just for like a one-person palette, I don't think it's necessary. But this color right here, if they would just sell this color by itself, it would be the perfect color for your woman of color. So it's a nice, really nice product, and I think it's an amazing product. If you want to get it and invest in it, definitely get it. But I just kind of feel like just for that one color, I would still say it's worth it, but being realistic, it's really not, because the other colors you probably won't get any use from, but I love it a lot. All right, moving on into my last one. This is pretty much my tried and true, my holy grail from 2017 to 2018 and probably 2019 is going to be the Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. You guys, this color is the perfect gold for what I look for and what I like. Here is what it looked like swatched in my hand. Anytime I have a highlighter that pretty much doesn't work for me, I always go over it with this one. If I have a makeup look that I'm like what to use, I always just reach for this one. It's one of those colors where you know will just work and you can count on. Comparing it to Topaz, this is definitely more intense and pigmented compared to Topaz. Topaz is going to be the one that's going to be like the little sister, that's not as intense, that's not out there. It's just more of a wearable everyday kind of highlighter. But Molten Gold is going to be the amped up, loud, glam kind of color. So that's how I would describe it. It's just a bomb product, and I think everyone pretty much have it in their collection because it's that good of a product. All right, moving on into eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 in front of me. The first one is going to be my Makeup Revolution. It's going to be the Reloaded Neutrals 2 eyeshadow palette. You guys know all of 2018 I was pretty much like on a hunt in terms of like trying to buy every single one like this. But in terms of like all of them, Neutrals 2 is going to be my favorite one. It's pretty much a warm tone girl's dream. It's just a really pretty palette. It's super pigmented, blends out really nicely, and to be honest, when you swatch it, it's not going to be the most promising swatches. It almost makes you feel like, is the palette going to be worth it? But when you apply it to your face and your eyes, it's just a totally different situation. That's why I always say you can't just rely on swatches alone. You guys, it is so pigmented. They're easy to blend out. They're so creamy in consistency. You do get kickback with a few products, but at the same time, for the most part, it's not like overly crazy as far as like the kickback is concerned. But y'all, it's a bomb product. I have featured this on my channel already before, but here are just 2 swatches that you guys can see right quickly. Look at that one right there. Super intense, super pretty. So if you love warm tone eyeshadows and you want to try out something that's going to be inexpensive, these only cost $7, so they're not that crazy in price. Again, you can get it at Ulta. I would say check this one out. I do know they have a whole line of the Reloaded palettes. Get Neutrals 2. If I had to recommend just one, get Neutrals 2, because it's going to be the perfect one out of all of them. So definitely get this one. Next one is going to be by Bad Habit Beauty. I got this towards the end of the year, and I I honestly fell in love with this so fast. It's going to be the Pretty Poison eyeshadow palette, and I just love the freaking packaging. It's so beautiful. Here is the inside of the palette. It's going to be a really pretty purple eyeshadow palette. You guys know I don't play with color that often. I'm more of a warm tone kind of girl, but this pretty much just makes it so much more easier for me to play with color, and I'm not afraid because everything pretty much complements each other. It's so pigmented, you guys, so pigmented. And I did a video on my channel already with this palette. I'll have it linked for you guys below. Easy to blend out, and you guys know I love Bad Habit products. They're just so affordable, and they just dupe higher brands, but it's a more affordable price, and it's just an amazing palette. So I don't want to go into too much details because I have a video on it already. Again, I will link it in my box below so you guys can check it out and just kind of see it in action. All right, next one is going to be by Profusion. It's the Sienna's palette. I think Profusion had an amazing year back in 2018. They were just dropping launches left, right, center, forth, and I was here for all of it. This is going to be the dupe to the Sephora Pro eyeshadow palette, and I pretty much told you guys, if you haven't tried that one, just get this one because it's so much cheaper in price. The quality is definitely there. You don't have as many colors, but who cares because the price is cheaper and the quality is still really amazing. They do have two other palettes like this. I want to say it's called the Chocolate Palette and the Pro Pigments. Between all three, I would definitely get Sienna's because it's just a better quality product compared to the other two. Again, it's a nice warm tone eyeshadow palette. It's great in quality, easy to blend out, super pigmented, and it's just a bomb product. Again, I will leave my video where I use this in my description box as well because I have used this on my channel already before. And the last one is going to be by Profusion. Again, it's the Mixed Metals Peach palette. Here is the inside of the palette, you guys. This palette is so user-friendly. If you are a beginner with makeup, I would definitely say check this palette out because it's pretty much some neutral colors in here. You have your one pop of like a bronzy color and like a burgundy kind of color to give you like a glam look. So I just kind of feel like if you are a beginner with makeup, it's not going to break the bank. I want to say it costs maybe like $9, so it's super inexpensive, and you have some nice neutral colors in here, and you get a nice mirror on top. So if you're a beginner with makeup, check it out. I think it's going to be user friendly, and it's just a bomb product for a bomb price. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much going to be my favorite makeup products. Diving into skincare, I only have two skincare products in front of me. The first one is going to be by Clean & Clear. It's a Morning Burst Hydrating Facial Cleanser. I pretty much told you guys I used this a couple years ago. I primarily only use it during the winter time because it's going to be a hydrating cleanser. You guys know in the winter time your skin gets even more dry, so I just prefer this one more because it leaves my skin still feeling hydrated and not overly stripped, because cleansers or some cleansers can strip your face. This one doesn't do it. So if you have dry skin, definitely check it out. It's going to leave it still hydrated, and it does clean your skin really nicely. So give it a try. It has a cucumber extract, and it definitely just gives your skin a nice moisture to it if you have dry skin. So check it out. And the last one is going to be by L'Oreal. It's going to be the Hydrogenius Normal to Dry Skin. I love this moisturizer in terms of like the summertime. When I try to use it during the winter time, I kind of feel like my skin feels still dry afterwards. So I don't feel like it's enough moisture for my skin in the winter time, but in the summertime it definitely works. As you guys can see, I have killed this product. So if you have dry skin, it's a great product for the summertime. But I kind of feel like if you don't have like severely dry skin, it should work for you year round. But for me, it's just more of a summertime product. It's so lightweight and it just applies very nicely, and my skin feels so amazing afterwards. In the past, I have used other moisturizers where my skin still feels dry afterwards, but this one doesn't do that in the summertime. It do it in the wintertime, but not the summertime. So definitely give it a try. It's quite expensive for a drugstore moisturizer, but it works. So yeah. But yeah, you guys, that's pretty much going to be my best of beauty for drugstore. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like always, keep it short to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.